was a famous trumpet man from out Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man at his craft. But then his number came up and he was gone with the draft. He's in the army now, a blowin' reveille. He's the boogie woogie bugle boy of Company B.
Good evening and welcome to the 4th episode of the Canteen Cabaret, presented to you by the North Platte Community Playhouse. My name is Tyler Cronin and I will be your host for this evening. I'm so excited to be here and bring you some of the finest musicians from our community. Our hope this evening is to give back to you in gratitude for the countless ways you have given to us. Our theme for this episode is luck. Luck is defined by Merriam-Webster as a force that brings good fortune. As actors and musicians, we are lucky to perform and share our talents with the audience, but also we as audience members are truly lucky to see the talent that makes up this incredible community. The support and good fortune comes to us through our patrons and every person that supports the arts right here at the Fox over the years. Tonight, we wanted to bring you some good fortune. For those of you who may have missed our first few episodes, I want to explain a little bit about this project and the North Platte Community Playhouse. On December 17, 1941, a train was scheduled to arrive with the Nebraska National Guard Unit Company D, local soldiers fighting in World War II. Family and friends gathered at the depot excited to give Christmas gifts to their soldiers. When it became apparent it was not the expected troops on the train, but another company of soldiers, residents shared their gifts with the strangers. For the duration of the war, local residents provided food, magazines, and friendship to all the troops that passed through. Lincoln County residents banded together during difficult times to share hope and hospitality. In the same volunteer spirit, the North Platte Community Playhouse presents the Canteen Cabaret. The Cabaret is a variety show with a different theme each month to lift your heart and cheer your spirits. Small casts of local residents will be performing following social distancing protocol as set forward by the West Central Health District. Through these performances, we hope to reignite the Canteen spirit, offering hope and cheer to those who are passing through dark times. We hope tonight's program touches your heart. If you feel the Canteen spirit, please consider making a financial donation to the Playhouse. If you are not in a position to donate financially, sharing this video on your Facebook page costs nothing and helps others to have the opportunity to watch the program. Every performer I ask to be a part of our cast gets the opportunity to choose a song that means something special to them and/or makes them happy. However, this first song should be our anthem for this series, and it is brought to you from a little girl that is already larger than life. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
My name is Bella Harwager. I am in 5th grade and I go to Lake Maloney Elementary. And one of my favorite things about acting is that it is fun and I can just leave reality for a second. What good is sitting alone in your room? Time for a holiday. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Put down the knitting, the book and the broom. Come hear the music play. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Come to the cabaret. Come taste the wine. Come hear the band. Come blow the horn. Start celebrating. Right this way, our table's waiting. No use permitting some prophet of doom to wipe every smile away. Life is a cabaret, old chum. Only a cabaret, old chum. So come to the cabaret. I want to be happy, but I won't be happy till I make you
purpose of the North Platte Community Playhouse ignites the imagination of artists and audiences of all ages through the performing arts at the historic Fox Theater. With that in mind, it takes quite a bit of finances to keep this building looking beautiful. Through the sponsorship donations of businesses and private donations of individuals, we've kept this building and its memories going for over 90 years. I would like to thank all of our sponsors, but especially to Quick Stop, who is sponsoring this episode. They also regularly contribute to our season sponsorships, and they donate to the summer academies that we hold here, among several other projects and events. Their motto is always open right around the corner. They play a huge part in investing our community, and particularly in the Fox Theater. Now, our next performer is actually performers. One of the best things about our theater is that we offer a live pit orchestra, exponentially enhancing the beauty of performances. They are not appreciated as much as they should be, but we couldn't do it without them.
Hi, I'm Lori Evans. I am a director of plays here at the Community Playhouse. I also direct the North Platte Municipal Band, and I help out with the Hershey High School Band, help out with their marching band and jazz band, and the drum line. I love performing. That's what it's all about, the performances. Whether it's music or theater, it's all about the performance and the audience.
We have so many volunteers that help to make this theater special and able to bring high quality entertainment to you. Usually every one of our live performances is completely built and performed by volunteers. Musicians, directors, stage managers, makeup, costumes, cast, lighting, sound, ushers, concession workers, and on and on and on. If you'd like to volunteer in the future, please message the North Platte Community Playhouse on Instagram or Facebook, and we'd love to speak to you. Tonight, this episode is brought to you by all volunteers as well. The Playhouse couldn't do what it does without the generous help of all these volunteers, so thank you. Now, our next performer is truly a hidden gem within our community. Tonight, she makes her Playhouse stage debut.
Hi, my name is Yoko Rowing. I'm a founder and a financial advisor of Zen Wealth Strategy here in North Platte, Nebraska. What I like about theater or performance is it's always such an unexpected moment you can expect out of an expectation. And, especially when it comes to a theater, I love to see how people understanding the books or the storyline and using the actors to express the perceptions and understanding towards the audience.
Are you kidding me? How awesome is that? Thank you so much, Yoko. Now, the mission of the North Platte Community Playhouse is to provide quality entertainment and a beautiful venue for the performing arts and community events. We can't fulfill that mission without the generosity and support from you. If you are able to give, we have several ways of doing so. The first one is northplattecommunityplayhouse.com. At the very top, you'll see a pink donate button. Click on that and it'll send you to our donation page. Number 2, you can mail in your contribution to us at P.O. Box 1045, North Platte, Nebraska 69101. Or number 3, call us and we will help you out. Our number here is 308-532-8559. When we are doing our live performances or showing movies, the ticket price covers only about half the production expense and the rest comes from donations from businesses and individuals such as yourself. Thank you in advance for your kindness. Now, as I started putting together the cast for these episodes, more and more people came out that I had no idea about. This next one I never thought I would see on this stage, but North Platte has its very own harpist. You heard me right, harpist. Playing along with her very own lucky harp, here's our next performer.
I am Karen Lucas. I'll be playing a Celtic 36-string floor harp. I purchased it 3 years ago to challenge myself musically. I'll be playing 3 short Scottish pieces. The first one is Ye Banks and Braes. It was written by Robert Burns in 1791. The lyrics are about a young lassie that fell in love with a lad that courted her but later abandoned her. The second number is Eriskay Love Lilt. It was composed by Marjorie Kennedy Fazer. The lyrics are about a young lassie walking on the sandy beach, gazing at the sea waves. She's sadly missing her laddie that has taken to the sea on a fishing boat. And lastly, I'll play a short one called The Marigold. It was written by Davies Gilbert in 1830. The lyrics tell of the fight of a ship called the Marigold against the Turkish rovers at sea.
There is some folklore that surrounds the origins and happenings within this beautiful theater. We were lucky to have former Governor Keith Neville choose North Platte to bring beauty and culture to western Nebraska. Some have even stated that we are lucky enough to have the former governor and his wife watching out for the theater, continuing to this very day. Whether this building still has the spirits watching over it or not, we are truly a lucky community to have a beautiful venue like this. But a beautiful venue only goes so far if you don't have anyone to perform in it. We are lucky to have a wonderfully talented community that is only matched by the beauty of this venue. This next performer shows us just how true that is.
My name's Rob Martinson, and I play in the pit here at the Playhouse. Usually I play bass, but I also love to play the piano. My wife and I teach music lessons, and we just love music and love that we have a place like this that we can perform and share our love of music with people.
In 1992, the North Platte Community Playhouse was lucky enough to put on a beautiful production of The Sound of Music. Within this musical, arguably one of the most moving and recognizable songs is entitled Edelweiss, sung by the character Captain Von Trapp to his children. Well, the Playhouse was lucky enough to have Dave Peterson step into this iconic role and wage a fight against the Nazis. What he didn't know yet is that his 4-year-old son Matt was watching and taking notes, because almost 15 years later, he would be stepping into this very same role at the high school's production of The Sound of Music. And now, almost 15 years after that, they are joining their talents together to bring to you our next performance. Enjoy.
My name's Dave Peterson. I'm an attorney in North Platte. Probably the thing I enjoyed most about the theater was my 3 children, Laura, Tim, and Matt, and I all got to do quite a few productions together. It was just a great experience for us.
I'm Matt Peterson. I'm also an attorney here in North Platte, and I agree. I think the family environment at North Platte Community Playhouse especially is really neat, and it's been nice to be able to share the stage with my dad and siblings, and my wife Lindsay recently moved to North Platte and been able to do some productions together, and we have a new addition who hopefully will be joining us on stage here in the next few years.
Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. Small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, every morning you greet me. Small and white, clean and bright, you look happy to meet me. Blossom of snow, may you bloom and grow, bloom and grow forever. Edelweiss, Edelweiss, bless my homeland forever.
Now, usually I make jokes about always losing the good roles to Matt, but right now I'm not even mad. I'm just impressed. Absolutely beautiful. Now watch for Matt's son, Matthew Jr., reprising the role once again in the year 2050. We've had some wonderful musicians grace our stage through this series, but we've had an alarming lack of poetry. Until now.
My name is Lou Cox Fornander. I currently live in North Platte, Nebraska. One of the things I love about this particular theater, the Fox Theater, the Neville Center for the Performing Arts right here in North Platte, Nebraska, is that it brings history to life. One of the things I love is listening to the stories that older people have about this building. I was here getting my COVID shot the other day, and one of the gals who is here and has been here helping people with their shots and stuff told me the story about a lady that came in and was like, come here, I've got to tell you something. And so she went over to this elderly lady and just, I remember I got my first kiss right there in that seat. The whole Fox Theater, I mean, she could, and she said, I even remember his name. What beautiful, rich memories this building has to this whole community, not just as a playhouse, but through its whole history of vaudeville and a movie theater, and now that it's bringing performances back. I think that is a beautiful thing that's on the historic register, and what a treasure and a gem we have right here, and to keep it alive is absolutely phenomenal. Then, what I like about performing in general is that I believe that performing is a way to bring joy to other people. It's a way to make other people laugh. It's a way to lighten people's burden. sometimes I think that if we can take people away from maybe their everyday cares and give them something pleasant to think about or to enjoy, and just to help them have a little bit of an escape or a respite from life, and to give them a little bit of joy, that's phenomenal to be able to give that gift to others and to have it ourselves as performers too. Says I to my missus, "I come, lass, you have something I see on your mind." Said she, "Oh, you're right, Sam, I have something. It happens, it's on my behind. A boil as'd make Joe be jealous. It hurts me no end when I sit." Says I, "You might have to go to the hospital. They might have to cut it a bit." Says she, "I just ain't to be showing the part of me person it's at." Says I, "Don't be fussy. Them doctors see sights far more horrid than that." So Mrs. goes off togged up tasty, and there at the hospital door, they tells her to see the house doctor, whose office is room 34. So she hunts up and down till she finds it, and she knocks, and a voice says, "Come in." And there's a handsome young feller in white from his heels to his chin. "I got a big boil," says my missus. "It hurts me for fair when I sit, and Sam, that's me husband, has asked me to ask you to cut it a bit." Then blushing she plucks up her courage, and bravely she shows him the place, and he gives it a proper inspection, with a heap of surprise on his face. Then he says with the accent of Scotland, "What you have is a boil, I can tell. But you better consult the head doctor. They call him Professor O'Neill. He's special for biles and carbuncles. You'll find him in room 63. No charge, ma'am. It's been a real pleasure. Just tell him you're coming from me." So Mrs. she thanks him politely and hunts up and down as before, till she comes to a big handsome door with Professor O'Neill on the door. And once more she plucks up her courage and knocks, and a voice says, "All right." So she enters and sees a fat feller with whiskers, all togged up in white. "I got a big boil," says my missus, "and if you'll kindly permit, I'd like for to have you inspect it. It hurts me like all when I sit." So blushing as red as a beetroot, she hastens to show him the spot, and he says with a look of amazement, "Sure, ma'am, it must hurt you a lot." Then he puts on his specs to regard it, and he finally says with a frown, "Oh, I'll bet it's as sore as a devil, especially when you sit down. I think it's a case for the surgeon. You'd better consult Dr. Hoyle. I've no hesitation in saying that boil is a hill of a boil." So Mrs. she thanks him for saying that her boil is a hill of a boil, and hunts all around till she comes on a door that is marked Dr. Hoyle. Oh, but by now she's as fair got the wind up, and she trembles in every limb. But she thinks, after all, he's a doctor. I mustn't be bashful with him. Oh, she's made of good stuff, is the missus. So she knocks, and a voice says, "Who's there?" "It's me," says my Bessie, and enters a room which is spacious and bare. And a wise-looking old feller greets her, and he too is togged up in white. "Oh, it's the room where they cut you," thinks Bessie, and she shakes like a jelly with fright. "I got a big boil," begins Bessie, and if you're sure you don't mind, I'd like you to see it a moment. It hurts because it's behind." So thinking she'd best get it over, she hastens to show him the place. And he stares at her kind of surprised-like and gets very red in the face. But he looks at it most conscientious, from every angle of view, and he says with a shrug of his shoulders, "Poor lady, I'm sorry for you. It wants to be cut. But you should have a medical bloke do that. Say, why don't you go to the hospital where all the doctors is at?" Yes, see, ma'am, this part of the building is closed on account of repairs. Us fellers is only the painters, a-painting the holes in the stairs."
The saying "break a leg" is a long-standing tradition for actors and musicians to wish each other good luck with a performance. It may sound strange or the opposite of good luck, but there's a history associated with the phrase. Some suggest the term break a leg may be traced back to the Elizabethan language. To break a leg in Shakespeare's time meant literally to bow by bending at the knee. Since a successful actor would break a leg on stage and receive applause, the phrase would, in effect, be a wish for good luck. It could also indicate the actor would bend at the knee to retrieve coins thrown on the stage. Another possible interpretation comes from ancient Greece, where the audience didn't clap, but instead stomped their feet to show appreciation. If the audience stomped long enough, they would break a leg. Some say the term originated during Elizabethan times, when instead of applause, the audience would bang their chairs on the ground. And if they liked it enough, the leg of the chair would break. Yet another, and probably the most well-known interpretation, follows a more superstitious route. That wishing good luck is actually bad luck, and that by wishing the performer bad luck to break a leg would have the opposite effect. Hello, my name is Tyler Cronin. I'm originally from Lincoln, and I've been in North Platte for about 5.5 years. I currently am the owner and creator at Cronin Creative, where I do photography, videography, graphic design, and web design. And I also tutor at Prodigy Studios, where I do ACT, math, and science. And I want to sing for you one of my favorite songs in the whole wide world, accompanied by Marilyn Horst. And I want to dedicate it to my uncle, who unfortunately passed away unexpectedly from a farming accident this summer. So this one's for you, Uncle Dan. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen and down the mountainside. The summer's gone and all the roses falling. 'Tis you must go and I must bide. But come ye back when summer's in the meadow, or when the valley's hushed and white with snow. 'Tis I'll be there in sunshine or in shadow. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. But if ye come and all the flowers are dying, and I am dead, as dead I well may be, you'll come and find the place where I am lying, and kneel and say an Ave there for me. And I shall hear you softly tread above me, and all my grave will warmer, sweeter be. And you shall bend and tell me that you love me, and I shall sleep in peace until you come to me. Oh, Danny boy, I love you so. Our next song, we're throwing it back to one of our newest performers who you've already seen once tonight. But we loved it so much that she's gonna bring a few more friends on stage to help her with this next song.
Bye.
though our next singer has ties to North Platte, we reached a little further east to bring his talents to you. I think he is already one of the greatest showmen, but I'll let you decide for yourself.
Hi, I'm Carter. I'm in 6th grade and I go to Gothenburg Public Schools in Gothenburg, Nebraska. My favorite thing about theater is that you're able to express feelings and emotions in ways you wouldn't be able to just by talking or having conversations with other people. I close my eyes and I can see a world that's waiting out for me that I call my own. Through the dark, through the door, through where no one's been before, but it feels like home. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say I've lost my mind. I don't care if they call me crazy. We can live in a world that we design. 'Cause every night I admit the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. There's a house we can build. Every room inside is filled with things from far away. Special things I compile, each one there to make you smile on a rainy day. They can say it all sounds crazy. They can say we've lost our minds. I don't care if they call us crazy. Run away to a world that we design. 'Cause every night I admit the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. However big, however small, let me be part of it all. Share your dreams with me. You may be right, you may be wrong. Say that you'll bring me on to the world you see, to the world I close my eyes to see. I close my eyes to see. 'Cause every night I admit the brightest colors fill my head. A million dreams are keeping me awake. I think of what the world could be, a vision of the one I see. A million dreams is all it's gonna take. A million dreams for the world we're gonna make. For the world we're gonna make.
Please do not adjust your screen. That just happened. I can't make this stuff up. Now, our next song contains the lyrics, Look around, how lucky we are to be alive right now. This past year has been difficult, we can't deny that. But there's always good fortune and positivity that we can find within our own lives and within our community. My main goal for this Canteen Cabaret series is to continually bring joy and talent to our community members. It's been almost a decade, but our next performer is ready to grace the stage once again, even if it's just for one single song.
My name is Brittany McDaniel and I teach communications and theater here at North Platte High School. My favorite thing about the Fox is that I get to come and watch little kids perform on stage, and then I wait for them to come to my classroom and we get to talk about all the fun that theater is, both here and educationally, and just like nerd out together, and it's my favorite thing. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now. Look around, look around.
How long have you known?
A month or so.
Liza, you should have told me.
I wrote the general a month ago. I begged him to send you home.
You should have told me.
I'm not sorry. I knew you'd fight until the war was won, but you deserved a chance to meet your son. Look around at how lucky we are to be alive right now.
You relish being a poor man's wife, unable to provide for your life.
I relish being your wife. Look around, look around. Look at where you are. Look at where you started. The fact that you're alive is a miracle. Just stay alive, that would be enough. And if this child shares a fraction of your smile or a fragment of your mind, look out world, that would be enough. I don't pretend to know the challenges you're facing, the worlds you keep erasing and creating in your mind. But I'm not afraid, I know I'm married, so long as you come home at the end of the day, that would be enough. We don't need a legacy, we don't need money. If I could grant you peace of mind, if you would let me inside your heart, oh, let me be a part of the narrative in the story they will write someday. Let this moment be the first chapter where you decide to stay. And we could be enough, and we could be enough. That would be enough.
Phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of the faithful show that started on this very stage about 2 years ago. From New York to North Platte to work in the news, the first mate was far from home, but he made friends in the playhouse no matter how far he roamed. The show set sail on the stage of this uniquely beautiful place, with Gilligan, the skipper too, the millionaire and his wife, the movie star, the professor, and Marianne in the musical Gilligan's Isle.
How's it going, everybody? Patrick Johnstone here. I'm a reporter formerly with KNLP. Now I'm down in Corpus Christi, Texas with KRIS. I got involved with the Fox Theater back in the fall of 2018 to do Miracle on 34th Street, and then I was the lead in Gilligan's Island, the musical, in the spring of 2019. What I most love about being in the theater is just being on stage, getting to perform in front of people, and of course the camaraderie that comes along with it. We had a great cast for Gilligan's Island, and just being with those guys every day for rehearsal and finally getting to put that product on stage, it meant the world to me. And when I look back on my time at North Platte, very fittingly, I remember how lucky I was to get involved with the Fox Theater. What more could a fellow want? What more could a fellow need? Nothing much comes along in life, satisfaction guaranteed. I've got a roof above my head, I've got a hammock for a bed, and though this may not be Club Med, I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy. I don't know why, I'm just a lucky guy. I don't have $1 million, but there's nothing to buy. I'm not a star, but I've got the stars in the sky. I'm just a lucky guy. I'm not the smartest guy I've met, and there are braver men I bet. I could have been handsomer, and yet I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy. I don't know why, I'm just a lucky guy. I'm not good with girls, I get shy, I forget how to speak. Take one look and my knees, they get kinda weak. But I'm a lucky guy. I've got my favorite hat to wear, I've got coconuts to spare, I've got friends who really care, yes, I'm a lucky guy. Though I mess up, and you know I will again, sure as my name is Willie Gilligan, still I know I'm a lucky guy. Whoa, 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 I know that I just hit my eye, but I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy. I'm a lucky guy.
Just because he moved to Texas doesn't mean he can't share his talents with us. Thank you so much, Patrick. Now, I can't thank these performers enough for sharing their gifts and talents with us. They've been incredible to work with and to listen to. They are incredible performers, and we are all lucky to see and hear them in these hectic times. Sadly, we have come to the end of our performances here tonight, but no worries. This one is one of the best. Without further ado, here's the grand finale for this month's episode of the Canteen Cabaret. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We are grateful for these performers sharing their talent with us. Again, if you enjoyed watching tonight, please consider giving a donation to keep the tradition of live performances resounding in the North Platte Community Playhouse at the Fox Theater. Don't forget to join us for our 5th episode on Saturday, April 17th at 7 p.m. right here on Facebook. At that point, we're going to celebrate the life of the theater. Again, until next time, I hope you have some good luck coming your way. Good night, and have a happy St. Patrick's Day.